I will stand now. Hi, everyone. My name is Elaine Haney. My pronouns are she, her, and I am from Essex Junction, and I'm a mom of 3 adult kids, and I just want to say thank you for having me here this evening, and thank you so much for an incredibly delicious meal. It was really spectacular, so I would love another round of applause for those folks. So I am here tonight to talk about my candidacy for the Chittenden County Central District Senate seat. And I am somebody who believes in the long game. I believe in working for good over time. And so I have had many years of experience leading my community. I just finished up my 12th year as an elected official in Essex Junction. And I am the former chair of Town Meeting TV and a former commissioner on the Chittenden County Regional Planning Commission. I'm also part of the team that helped create the new city of Essex Junction a few years ago and helped end a decades-long conflict there. And I have spent years assisting and training women candidates in my work as the director of Emerge Vermont. And I also represent Vermont nationally at the Democratic National Committee. And I am ready to put that experience to work for all of you. And the reason I am doing this is because, I learned a lesson through another experience I had when I was a couple years ago. So I'm also a retired roller derby skater. And I know it's hard to tell just looking at me, but yeah. And I learned an important lesson there, which is when you get hit, you have two choices. You can either go down and stay down, or you can stay upright and keep moving. And right now, our country is taking hits, and our state is taking hits. And our federal government has been overtaken by the most corrupt and incompetent administration in our country's history, and we must do everything we can to protect Vermonters from federal overreach. That's why I support some actions by the legislature that were taken recently, like the creation of legislation that protects Vermonters from civil arrest in sensitive places like hospitals and doctors' offices and churches. Also, I support legislation that was recently passed that enables law enforcement officers to be sued if they violate the Constitution. But I'm disappointed that some legislation that was being discussed that would require law enforcement to not wear masks and to wear ID has been diluted. So we really need to keep working hard and do more to protect Vermonters from overreach of the federal government. But I also have been going door to door talking to Vermonters throughout this big district, and I'm hearing literally the same thing from every person. I love Vermont, but I don't really think I can afford to live here. And so I see this affordability crisis as a three-pronged problem, and Vermont has to walk and chew gum at the same time and try to solve these problems together, because they're completely interrelated. First of all, we have to get education reform right. I do not believe that consolidation is the right solution, particularly for Chittenden County. And I think we need to explore many other alternatives to reducing costs besides consolidation. And I think also we need to take a regional approach to education reform that respects the wishes of communities. Second of all, Vermonters need to be able to afford the health care they need to take care of themselves. So I support exploring universal primary care, particularly including vision, hearing, and dental, because we all need to be able to afford to take care of our basic health needs. I also think we should be having more healthcare providers offering more healthcare services to help reduce wait times and travel and cost. And finally, our housing situation, which I'm starting to feel the littlest bit optimistic about, because we have new programs in place like CHIP that are going to allow towns to build infrastructure at a lower cost, which will in turn make developing housing less expensive. And we also need to eliminate duplicative and expensive permitting processes. So those are three big things that we need to accomplish together. And I am here stepping up to lead to do this because I believe strongly in all of us, and I know what it's like to work really hard for something you truly believe in. So I'm hoping that you will vote for me as one of your 3 Senate votes for the Chittenden-Central District. The primary election is August 11th, and absentee ballots will be mailed out around June 27th, but you have to request them. They're not going to be mailed automatically. So I just want to thank you for your time and for allowing me to come to your wonderful, joyous dinner and to come to your meeting. And I'd be happy to talk with folks later. You can also learn more about me at my website, which is ElaineHaneyVT.com. Thank you so much for your time.